Nasdaq TradeTalks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq. We're coming to you live from Consensus by CoinDesk in Austin, Texas. And joining me for this segment, we have Markus Levin. He's the co-founder of XYO. We're going to discuss how the Metaverse will completely alter human connection, commerce, and business. And Markus, this really has been a key topic, not only on my show, but a lot of people that you talk to here. Tell us about the possibilities with Meta.
Yeah, it's basically endless. It depends where you want to start. In the beginning, it could just be an enhanced computer game, right, where you have an augmented reality glass. You walk around the world and you see overlays of what can happen. And then in the end, it could be something like Ready Player One, right, where you are totally immersed, your life is immersed, and you have an enhanced special experience.
What types of technologies will enable the Metaverse to grow?
Yeah, I think in the beginning, it's going to be early adopter type people. For them, it doesn't matter, I think, what technologies they are, right? They're going to be geeks like myself maybe, and they're going to be in the Metaverse as soon as it's there. But for the whole populace to get into there, it needs to be very accessible, it needs to be cheap and equal, and it needs to be valuable, I think, for people to go into there. And for those technologies, there could be like XYO, for example. We connect data, real-world data, with the Metaverse, so we can prove that your beautiful dress is yours and where you bought it, what you paid for it, that it's limited edition maybe, right? And then you can put it onto your avatar in the Metaverse as well. And so you have more value of what you have in the real world, you can also use in the Metaverse.
So explain to me where XYO fits in the Metaverse ecosystem and what your purpose is.
Yeah, it's basically a data connector. So what we can say is like you own something, right? Or the relative position of something, so that where, let's say, you stand beside a friend, for example. So XYO proves that these data points exist in the real world, and then we connect that with a digital reality like a smart contract or with the Metaverse.
When do you expect the Metaverse to integrate into our everyday lives?
I think it has already. You know, it's a step-by-step process. You know, some people might be more in it than they realize. I think with certain computer games, if you look in like Instagram stories, or it feels like a Metaverse type environment. If you overlay it with like mapping data and other things, it's basically overlaying our current reality with other realities is the Metaverse. So I think it's a gradual.
So when we talk about NFTs as an example, and how commerce and brands are really starting to engage with it, not only from going to the Metaverse to physical stores to get limited edition merchandise, but they're also creating social communities around it. It's another vertical of engagement for these brands.
Yeah.
Is that considered the Metaverse? Are we technically in it when we're using NFTs to transact?
It's fluid, right? There's like 50 Shades of Grey, it feels like, where it can be really anything what you want it to be.
Right.
It is. Metaverse might be a mindset as well, right? Where you say, okay, you have your Nike sneakers, right? And then you have an NFT version of those sneakers. And you can look at them on a tablet and see how they look like. And then maybe as a next step, like your avatar can wear them. And so I think it's there.
It's definitely more broad than, let's say, Web 2, for example.
For sure.
I mean, Web 3, and I think that's part of the challenge, is really identifying what it is. How do we know, okay, now we're in the Metaverse, and with augmented reality, who does know? But I think as it starts to mature and we start to understand the use cases, we'll be able to define it a little bit better?
I think so, yes. As soon as companies like Decentraland and the Sandbox in the crypto space, or Meta, right, the former Facebook, or Unity and all the other companies in this ecosystem starts building, and then you put your virtual reality headsets on, then it's pretty clear, right? But right now, it's quite a fluid concept, I think.
All right, Markus, appreciate the insight. Thanks for joining us on Trade Talks. I'm Jill Malandrino, Global Markets Reporter at Nasdaq.